Hey guys, welcome to a brand new video where this is going to be a new format for this kind of channel where I'm going to start playing these RPG style games, have them edited where it's hopefully cutting out a lot of the boring stuff and it's not too long and dragged on. So we can just get to the important stuff more than anything. The audio is going to be a bit messy for this first episode or the second one potentially, but that'll be fixed in the next one. But yeah, hopefully you guys enjoy and let's play some RPG games. Starting off the game, we actually get to pick between two different characters, ZALE and VALERE, I believe her name is. It says it doesn't really affect the story, but yeah, having a look at these two, they have kind of different stances and different weapons they choose, and we end up going with ZALE in the end. And yeah, this kickstarts the story. So here we end up meeting the archivist. I believe it tells you his name after this, and he kind of feels like a narrator for the story. He goes on explaining about who he is. Then he gets to like this section where he's talking about a flesh monster. Not sure what that is. And then he refers to the two kids that we saw in the beginning screen as solstice warriors. Go ahead and play this out a little bit more. Yeah, there you go. Two brave children of the solstice are on their way to meet somebody and learn to use magic without magic. Okay. We get to this section with the mountain trail. We see the first aspect of the game, and we have a nice conversation between ZALE and VALERE, looking for the Elder Mist, whoever that is, I guess. And they end up deciding that they need to take a break. They got a little bit of conversation here discussing their kind of journey to get here, which is kind of cool. A little bit of character development. But yeah, this ends quite shortly and they separate. So we actually enter our first fight here, which is kind of cool. I haven't really seen the gameplay yet. All we have is attack for the meantime, so we'll go ahead and use that, of course. See what kind of damage you do. 9 damage, kind of nice. We take that. I think I noticed about this game immediately that the numbers are quite low. Some games usually have higher numbers in terms of, you know, starting at 100 HP, having more mana and stuff like that. But yeah, very easy first enemy, and then we head off to start exploring. Alright, so we're gonna end up doing some running around here, exploring the map a little bit, or the area here. We see this enemy on the right hand side, kind of looking like a Pokemon. Interesting stuff. And he engages with us. Alright, we'll go ahead and attack him, see how much damage we do. 6, not too bad. Okay. Gonna charge at us. 18. Okay, that's a ton of damage. I guess ZALE realized as well. Yeah, let's go for, I guess we unlocked the skill called Sumball, which is interesting. Go ahead and use that straight away. See how much damage this does. Okay, kills it. Nice. Alright, that's pretty awesome. Really nice stuff. VALERE actually mentions that she's found a place, which is awesome. We don't have to waste our time anymore. Nothing of note, but way to the top. The sun is setting. Come over. Okay, cool. We'll be right there, VALERE. Just 2 seconds. Unroll ladder ropes, which is great. We get down to the bottom and we start heading over to VALERE. So we end up going into this cave, climbing these rocks, bumping into another enemy, which is pretty easy. All these tutorial style enemies, obviously just getting used to kind of the buttons that you have, I guess, and the kind of different tools you have in battle. Leave the cave, end up jumping over a couple of rocks, and then we finally meet up to VALERE, and we sit down for a nice campfire chat. Here the kids are talking about their past and the kind of how they were kids and making fun of the headmaster a little bit, and how they kind of miss things in the past. They also mention a friend called Garl, who I guess we'll find out who that is later on. So we end up getting to this little cutscene with 3 of them standing there, one of them being Garl, and Garl basically just explains about how he found this cave and they should go and explore the cave. This bell rings and 2 of these people come back, Lena and Burgraves, or Brewgraves I think, and we get a little bit of time to walk around and explore the town, which we're going to do now. Apologies if it keeps cutting out at the end. This is new to me and I'm just trying to make sure I get it right. But yeah, we explore the town a little bit. We get to this bit where VALERE's like, hey, wait. And we see these 2 people kind of walk into town. So the cutscene with these two, they kind of basically seem like they're elders of such that kind of train the kids and show them what to do. You can see one of them has magic over there, the Alina person I think, and then Brewgraves beckons over Valere, and you know, they have a little bit of conversation about what's going on and where they've been. Then this headmaster guy appears and calls them celestial warriors. Apologies if that's bad, but yeah, beckons them over and they leave. Guard then suggests to go to the Forbidden Cavern. They have a discussion about it. They couldn't open it last time, but they still decide to go anyway. We then get control of the characters again, do a little bit of exploring in the main town, talking to a few different people, but not really too much. We're going to speed this section up just to show you guys a little bit of what Moon Cradle, I think it's called, looks like. But yeah, we go ahead and go up here and we end up leaving the town. We get our first look at the world map, which looks really cool actually. It feels like kind of like the old style RPGs. And the trio end up entering the Forbidden Cave here. Getting a little bit of a conversation with finding out that Garl is actually a really good chef, which is good. Comes in handy later on into the game as far as I can tell. Then Valere uses her powers to actually open up the gate to the cave here, which is kind of cool. And the three of them enter. Heading into the Forbidden Cave, which feels like our first dungeon with the trio, which is kind of cool. Get some nice movement into the caves, and as we progress a little bit, we notice these monsters, I guess, that are here. Valere mentions it, and we decide to go back. Definitely don't want to be tackling this on just yet, but we get surrounded, which is not the best for us at all. Three of them try to formulate a plan here. Okay, using our powers. One of them looks like they're going to attack. Not looking so good at all. We're in a lot of trouble here. Okay, now Garl is seriously injured. Oh no. This is bad. This is super bad. Not sure how we're going to get out of this one for sure. It's looking kind of crazy. There's no escape, Valere says. And they're coming in to attack it again. And boom. Okay. We have a savior, I guess. Headmaster. Oh my gosh. Good timing. Really good timing. Lucky he's here to save the day. In this cutscene, Garl is clearly very sorry about taking the kids here, the trio there, to go and explore the dungeon. Pays for it with his eye, unfortunately, which is not so good. And we end up going back to the town, which is nice. Make sure he gets a little bit of R&R, get some treatment. Man, that's really sad. He actually loses his eye, which is actually insane for the beginning of the game, to be honest. Headmaster gives him some advice. The two of these two, so ZALE and Valere, looks like we're going to be off for some years, as she says. Alright, so the headmaster ends up taking us away with him, ready to start our training, ready to learn things for us to grow, going to his secret training temple. It looks like a secret training temple anyway, which is kind of cool. And yeah, welcome to the Zenith Academy. So we're super excited. He tells us about we're going to become solstice warriors, that we need to train, we need to have an introduction, and he takes us up onto this magical platform, going through a couple of floors here, I guess to kind of see the world from a high point. So Headmaster starts getting into conversation with us, telling us about how we're kind of destined for great power sort of thing. We're going to be learning magic. We have to do a lot of training and sewing, which is quite important apparently. Years of sewing, as you can see. And yeah, that's kind of our brief introduction of the classroom of the sky, he calls it. And from there, we go find our home. From here, we can see the headmaster is informing us about the kind of layout of the area. On the left side is a training room, on the right are the dormitories. We take a quick look at the training room on the left, speak to this woman on the right hand side, head through the door, and we can then find our own dormitory to find our own bed, which is over here, and get a good night's sleep ready for training tomorrow. So we end up realizing that Brewgraves is actually our trainer, which is cool. Him and Alina are leaving tomorrow, which is great. He gives us our swords and training staffs. Okay, very nice stuff. And let's get to work. All right, let's do it. So we got an intense training regimen by the looks of things. But we do a lot of climbing, running, push-ups, all that good stuff for the day. Nice. And then we can go to Alina, I think it is, for our magic training, I believe. There we go. All right, getting ready for our magic training. Got our arms sticking out like we're stretching or scratching an itch. And she tells us to release the current and we got to get good timing. Okay. Ooh, doesn't really seem to work out that well, but we feel it. Pretty good. Learning, baby steps. She starts telling us about our training and she says, no matter what the headmaster teaches you, remember your life and something can get interrupted by headmaster. Okay. Interesting. Alright, so she heads off, goes to do whatever she needs to do. Headmaster tells us about a sewing kit. Okay, interesting stuff. So let's get sewing, I guess. Zale gets bored very quickly. And then we go on an adventure. Let's see what we can find. It looks like we end up stumbling across this conversation between Brewgraves, Elena and the headmaster. Get a little bit of information about the flesh monster and the twins, I guess, who are two other characters in the game. So a little bit of insight there. Then we go into training mode with the headmaster. After training, he then talks about this dweller, kind of like a unique evil that we're gonna have to take down. It's not gonna be easy. Solstice warriors will even be helpless, he says. We call it a night. And then we wake up. Very nice. Hear a noise and go and explore. What else would you do? Okay. We realize something. Looks like a jug. Smells good. Okay. There's ZALE and VALERE. Okay, I'm not sure who this is. Someone's left us a note and they made cookies. How nice of them. Okay, turns out it's a really nice note from our good friend Gal. We then decide to take the cookies and head up to this little sun disk, sorry. Got a really nice view here actually, and we can enjoy it quite nicely with these very freshly made cookies. Very nice. We end up going back to training and sewing and training and sewing for a long time. Making sure that we're prepared. You can see that we're kind of growing up now, which is awesome. And it looks like VALERE has done her sewing. She's all good to go. It looks like our unique weapons, I think, or something like that is complete. That makes us Solstice warriors, which is awesome. Alright, so we end up heading over to the headmaster. Hey, let him know that we're done. We've finished sewing. We've been sewing for ages. And see where we need to go from here. Alright, so the headmaster lets us know he's got an additional challenge for us, and then a final test, and Elena and Brewgraves, is it? Grudges steps up and he comes to teach us some stuff, which is great. Let's get into combat, and finally we actually get to experiment. Looks like we only have attack here. Can't use skills or anything else. Okay, so we'll go ahead and use attack, I guess, to start it off. Okay, nice. I like the animation, kind of cool. Alright, and we got some progress already. Okay, so he's explaining to us this combo system, which is interesting. If we press X with the correct timing, that was too soon. All right, we got to try again. Let's try VALERE. Nice, we get the timing down. All right, I see it. I see it. One more time. Okay, let's see if we can get this down. There we go. All right, so we got to get that timing down for sure, but good mechanics. Really nice start to the game. Most of your spells and attacks can be more potent with proper timing. Okay. Think of the time as work when you pull off rather than something. Okay, so don't worry about it too much. Just keep an eye on trying. Okay, so looks like he's going to bring in a little pet as well. With proper timing, you can reduce the attack of incoming. You can reduce the damage of an incoming attack. So similar thing, I think. I guess if we press X at the right time. Okay, the timing is weird. Timing is off. Yeah, it feels a bit janky. I need to press it a little bit slower, I guess, or more in time. It's hard to get the animation down. Okay, so he helps us because we failed it a few times. Alright, I get it. I get it. Okay, so this guy absolutely one-shots us. So I guess it's going to teach us about what we do when they res. Yeah, KO dynamos get back up on their own. Okay, so once all the KO stars are gone, 1 star is removed at the end of each round. Okay, the more you fall, the more KO stars. Okay, cool. So don't go down. If you do go down, you gotta wait till the stars are gone. Got it. Alright, awesome. So now we can jump into our magic training. Valere does blunt damage, ZALE has slicing. Okay, and Elena teaches us that we can break the channeling of spells, which is kind of cool with our normal attack. So go with ZALE first, I guess. Nice, we missed the extra auto. Okay, Valere, nice. We managed to break 2 of them there, it looks like. And then the last one with ZALE. And yeah, okay, cool. So we can cancel channeling of spells. Interesting. So we can do the same thing with magic, it looks like. Looking at our spells, we got Moonrang. Press X to deflect. Okay, interesting. Alright, so we throw a little boomerang sort of thing. Oh, and each time we press X, it actually continues to hit. That's insane. Okay. Okay, nice. I like that. So we got to do a similar thing with ZALE, and his is hold X for more power. Okay. Alright, nice. Let me break the spell that way. Alright. To keep up the pace, you must regenerate MP. Hit me with a normal attack. Okay, so it looks like normal attacks, I guess, for regenerate MP. Yeah, we get 3 there. Okay. Alright, so the last thing she teaches us is our combo attack. Okay, cool. So our bar builds up, I guess, over the course of the fight when we do actions. We can combo here and we attack at the same time. Okay, cool. Alright, interesting. Awesome, so with everything being taught, we're now ready for our final exam. Alright, so we take the plunge in which seems to be our first little dungeon or final exam, should I say. And yeah, let's get ready to explore. Alright, so very quickly we run into this ornament here and we have to pull down this lever to go and get the stone on the other side. A very simple initial puzzle just to get our feet wet as we start to begin the game, really. A couple of enemies to begin with. Go ahead and start out with a sunball attack. Very simple, nothing too heavy at the beginning here. Taking down those enemies with ease. This ladder like wall kind of drops down and we get to explore the dungeon a little bit more, traversing the area, and we notice there's another ornament that we need to collect, which is actually in this box, but some random enemies appear. We gotta take them down. So similar to the other fight, but we actually get some good blocks here. One block there, another block there. So we're getting a little bit used to it. You know, need to experiment a little bit with the skills. So we look at the skills here and we got that Moonerang one that we practiced in the beginning. Let's go ahead and try it on these enemies. This ability is amazing, incredible ability, so fun to use. Go ahead and finish off one of these turtles here with ZALE. But yeah, I absolutely love that ability, Moonrang. You guys are probably going to see it a lot. But we clean up these enemies pretty nicely and go on our merry way. We managed to make it to the end of this little section and we get Lena and Brewgraves having a little conversation about seeing us off, which is nice, I guess, and re-enter into this final room where we got a shiny button that we got to press, and in drops in what looks like our first real enemy, Wired, which is interesting. First mini boss, let's get it started. Alright, cool. So we actually start out by hitting you with our sunball attack with ZALE. Charge it up, doesn't do too much damage, so we're going to speed up this section, gives us a little love tap, and we obviously bring out the ultimate ability, Moonerang. Yeah, unfortunately we suck, so we don't actually get that much damage or as much as we wanted, but we get to learn a little bit about the boss, do a little bit of damage to him. We'll speed up this section now. Cool, so he hits us. I didn't realize that he's actually shuffling his weakness each turn. And watching it back, I only realized this now, but he hits us, we hit him. Nothing too special here, standard boss fight really. And we hit him with Crescent Arc there as well, just to kind of test it out, but it clearly doesn't do as much damage. Hit him with ZALE there, proc 2 of the little lock thingies, I don't know what you call them. We proc the other one and cancel his channel here with ZALE. Hit him with another sunball attack as well. And yeah, he resists a lot of damage, I guess. But yeah, back and forth fight, nothing too much. We end up getting the kill in the end. Alright, awesome stuff. Pretty easy, pretty simple. We get our first look at the level up system, which is quite cool. Hitting level 2, let's go. And you can actually pick, I didn't realize in the beginning, I don't think, but you can actually pick the points you want. Yeah, the kind of additional stats that you want for each character. And I don't really know what to go for now, so we just picked some random stuff. But yeah, really awesome start to the game so far. And I'll see you guys in the next one.